These are the 15 most racist moments in football history. And first, a moment so bad, it sparked a worldwide controversy. Cause in 2014, a Spanish fan was stupid enough to throw a banana at Barcelona legend Dani Alves, who then ate it like he wasn't even bothered. The moment went so viral that lots of players showed their support by starting the hashtag #WeAreAllDani Alves. And the Spanish League received a ton of criticism for how they dealt with the situation.
Perhaps the most disappointing thing about this, Jim, is that whilst Barcelona have released a statement, the club themselves condemning what happened from their supporters, saying that they are going to chase them out, the Spanish football authorities really aren't saying anything at all.
And that's not even the most painful moment on our list. One player's celebration insulted an entire country, and one guy even went to prison for his actions. But before we get to those, we gotta address the humiliation Osimhen has suffered from his own club. After single-handedly securing Napoli's first title in 33 years, he seemed like their pride and treasure. Fans were wearing Osimhen masks. People were baking cakes of his face. And you could see thousands of fans wearing his jersey. But after the club's TikTok account posted 2 unbelievably offensive videos of him, all hell broke loose.
There's these 2 videos that I've seen. One of them is racist. They've both been deleted. Osimhen is waiting for an apology. There hasn't been an apology forthcoming from Napoli so far.
Have we gone back in time, everybody?
Where do we start with that? Because I'm confused. Normally when he showed me these things, I'm thinking about the black guy and dressed him as a coconut. Like, how, no matter what, whether they were meant for it to be offensive or not, surely you would just think in your mind, we've got a black person, do we want to cover his body with a coconut?
And the real story is that the champions of Italy have mocked and offended and insulted one of the best African players in the world, and it's about time they apologise to him.
Putting a black guy close to a coconut, where I'm from, you get punched in the nose. Straight away. So you have to do your research, and it's your own team. What are we talking about here?
Honestly, I don't know what this is either. Until the day I uploaded this video, Napoli has still not apologized. And I fully understand why Osimhen deleted all photos of him wearing the Napoli jersey from his socials. That's just painful, man. Just like the time a commentator thought his mic was switched off, but instead broadcasted himself to thousands of people as he was commenting on Chelsea's defender, Desailly. Yikes. He was sacked that same day and later revealed that comment cost him over £1 million in canceled contracts and sponsorships. But unfortunately, he's not the only commentator to have made some terribly racist comments.
Non vedo in Italia attualmente un giocatore come Lukaku in nessun'altra squadra, né nella Juve, nell'Inter, nel Milan, nella Roma, nella Lazio, tutto. Secondo me è uno dei più forti, secondo me è uno dei più forti, a me piace moltissimo, perché ha forza, perché è il sosia di Zapata dell'Atalanta. Esatto. Questi hanno qualcosa in più degli altri, non c'è niente da fare. E poi è un uomo che alla fine gol li fa. E poi questo ti trascina la squadra, questo nell'1 contro 1 ti uccide, se gli vai contro cadi per terra, o c'hai 10 banane qui per mangiare che gliele dai, se no non cade.
But it gets even worse. Because these types of comments aren't just made on TV, but also on social media. Like the time Ivan Toney woke up to an Instagram message calling him this. And instead of letting this person get away with it, Toney publicly called him out, which forced the police to start an investigation. It turned out to be a man by the name of Antonio Neal, who then received a 3-year stadium ban, which is pretty mild compared to number 10, where a fan was sentenced to 8 weeks in prison.
A West Brom fan, Simon Silwood, will serve time in a British prison. Silwood was sentenced to 8 weeks imprisonment at the Birmingham Magistrates Court in England on Thursday. The 50-year-old was found guilty on September 9th of racially abusing West Brom's Romain Sawyers after the 5-0 home loss to Manchester City in the English Premier League on January 26th. Sawyer plays internationally for St Kitts and Nevis. After the match, Silwood posted on Facebook that Sawyers would win the Baboon d'Or. In his defense, Silwood said the message was stupid, not racial. Sawyers, who is currently on loan to Stoke City, said he was left feeling harassed, alarmed and distressed. Silwood was ordered to pay Sawyers £500 in compensation and was banned for life by West Brom.
I'm glad we'll never see him in a stadium again. Which should also be the case for these next fans that left Mario Balotelli in tears. See, the Italian striker is no stranger to racism and has been the victim of verbal abuse many times over the years. During his time at Man City, the Euro in 2012, Milan, and also Inter.
After what happened to the last game, I felt a little bit alone when I was home. And I always said that if it happened in the stadium, I just do like if nobody say nothing and I don't care. But this time, I think I changed my mind a little bit. And if it's gonna happen one more time, I'm gonna leave the pitch because it's so stupid.
So nobody was surprised when it all became too much for him. During a game between Brescia and Verona on the 3rd of November 2019, fans went way too far and made monkey noises every time Mario touched the ball. He then went on to pick it up and kicked it towards the Verona fans and refused to continue the game. Yeah, that's crazy, but it doesn't even come close to what Vini had to go through on 3 separate occasions. You heard that right, because at an away game against Valencia, Vini was taunted for 90 minutes straight and couldn't take it anymore, which resulted in him getting in a fight with the players, ultimately ending up in a red card. But that's not even the only time Vini has stood up for himself, because in a game against Atletico, he was seen dancing next to the disrespectful home crowd, causing them to start throwing things at him. Make it make sense. What didn't make sense though is AEK player Yorgos Katidis, who got hit with a permanent ban from football after celebrating a goal with a Nazi salute. What makes this even worse though is that when he tried to come out with an apology, he claimed to have not known what it meant.
But how could he have thought that that was going to play well?
No, I don't know how he doesn't know. I guess they don't have History Channel in Greece where you see Hitler all day, every day.
So this is not something that he's just unaware of or something that happened 10,000 years ago. This is still a very active part in some cultures in Europe. So you can't tell me for a second that he didn't know what he was doing.
But what's really unbelievable is the fact that England fans literally started to fight each other over Rashford and Saka's close miss in the Euro finals. See, right after the young stars missed their shots, comments were flooding their social media accounts with disgustingly racist remarks, going so far to the point that Rashford himself tweeted out saying, "For those working to make me feel worse than I already do, good luck with trying." This really set the tone as to how far people were truly going to put them down, which started a shift in a lot of the fans who then started coming out defending the players with kind messages, fan art, and tons more. But I can't say the same for when Suarez infamously decided to not shake Patrice Evra's hand before the game started. See, you could probably chalk that up to a simple rivalry, but as the game continued, Suarez's constant verbal abuse against Evra specifically let the football world know that this was much deeper than a simple fight, which resulted in an 8-match ban and a $40,000 fine, a small price to pay for such a disrespectful act. And when later asked about this entire situation, Evra commented saying he didn't want Suarez to get banned, just to get educated, and followed up with the fact that he should be sent to Africa to see everyone's the same.
It's about the education, doing like something, I don't know, sending him to Africa, helping the kids, and to see like we all the same.
Truly a badass response. But the response to this next player made him disable all his social media accounts and go ghost. When Iraq was comfortably up against Japan 2-1 in the 2024 Asian Cup,
just like that, Iraq with a 2-goal cushion.
Fans started to harass the Japanese goalkeeper Zion Suzuki for being black, going as far as making him disable his Instagram comments for the amount of hate he was receiving. Truly disrespectful, as his mother was Japanese and his father was Ghanaian, who had nothing to do with the game. But the hate got so bad, his coach had to even step in to say he was ashamed and appalled at the supporters' actions, and truly showed what fans can turn like when they don't get their way. And as if one racist incident wasn't enough in a week, just a couple of days later in Serie A, an incident involving AC Milan's goalkeeper Mike Maignan caused a whole new rule to be added. After starting to receive tons of abuse from behind his goal, with people going as far as making monkey noises, Mike took his AC Milan team and completely walked off the pitch.
Non si può giocare così. Ok, le fischi accicciamo perché siamo fuori casa e così, ma questo qua, cosa di razzismo, non si può arrivare a questo livello.
But it gets even crazier, because after the incident, not only did 4 fans get permanently banned, but the FIFA president himself commented, saying, "We have to implement an automatic forfeit for teams whose fans have committed racism and caused the match to be abandoned." Truly an unforgettable moment. But what we can hopefully forget is the time when Tyson Shakhtar player Tyson got constantly abused by the opposing fans, to the point where he broke all composure and started flipping them off and kicking the ball toward him. See, I can understand that response after the constant harassment from the crowd, which left him in tears and eventually ended up in him getting a red card and a 1-day ban from the Ukrainian league. Totally undeserved. What was deserved, however, is the backlash Bulgaria fans received after doing Nazi signs and singing monkey chants versus England at a Euro 2020 qualifier. During a dominant England performance, Bulgarian fans couldn't contain themselves, which resulted by them lashing out into racism towards the players.
You know what you are, you racist bastards! You know what you are!
But it got even worse when the game had to be stopped 2 separate times. You heard that right. I couldn't believe it at first, and neither could the players, especially Rashford, because after the 90 minutes were up, Rashford sent out a tweet addressing the situation, stating he was forced to play in an unideal situation, but is still happy they got the 3 points. I don't know how he kept his composure. That was ridiculous, man, but so are these moments. Click that video right there.